Hi guys, welcome back to Water Replay. This time I'm looking at the tiny little Tier 6 British artillery, the FV304. You can see just how tiny it is compared to the Lerva, that IS-6. It's small. Very short range gun, but it's very fast, very manoeuvrable. So let's see what we can do with it from here. Now, because it's got a very short range gun, I just thought we'll move forwards, because you can't move backwards into a normal artillery position in this thing, because you just won't be able to hit anything. So I thought we'll get a nice central position here and see what we can do. It's a Tier 8 game. Now, it's not got a very... only does 450 average damage, so it's not really that good. Speaking from experience, like my premium French artillery, that's got a gun that does the same sort of damage. So I know you can damage Tier 8s if you hit them in the right place, but I wasn't thinking this is going to be an amazingly high damage game. Now, as you can see there, when I was trying to aim, I couldn't even hit the ridge where people like to sit and snipe from, which just goes to show you how bad the range is on this. So it's got, like, what, 500 meters or less. It's pretty poor. And they've got some scouts coming across. Which I can't get any shots at. So a decent gun traverse on it for a little thing. And decide, let's try and relocate, get a better position for firing. And as I do that, it dies. That's one of the new Tier 6 light techs, MT25. Was it a T71? Oh, my mistake, it was a T71. So we've got more targets over on the right. Let's go over here. And just see that range, it's just about to go out of range and I'm sitting practically on the edge of the hill.
Penetration.
417, so it was a good hit on the back of that tank there, which is a 110.
Critical hit.
You can see the good rate of fire coming into effect here. So you can put a lot of shells down range really quickly. It's just a shame that they don't actually do that much damage.
That was close.
But it does mean you can aim for engine colours and things like that.
That was close.
Accuracy is pretty good, reminds me of the Su-26, especially since the accuracy changes. It's pretty similar to the Su-26 anyway. One major advantage this does have over things like the Su-26 and the French Premium is the amount of ammunition that it carries. I think it's over 60 shells, which is a big advantage because you've got that fast rate of fire, but you've actually got an ammo capacity that will sort of sustain your rate of fire. You won't run out. And this is where we get run into problems hitting things like a Ferdinand. You can see it's a direct hit and did 41 damage because it hit his strongest armour in the front. There's a few splashes that haven't done any damage at all. It's got practically no splash radius on this vehicle whatsoever. Now this replay isn't a particularly good replay. I mean, I'm not exactly showing amazing artillery skills here, and there's not big damage and things, but believe it or not, this is one of the best replays I could actually get using this vehicle. That's the beauty of the test server. I just underestimated how quick that A25 could climb up the hill. There are a few problems with the replays as well. You can see the artillery indicator line is red, even though I can quite clearly shoot there. Just trying to wait for the team to light some things up. We've got a tank destroyer down in Alpha 4. It turns out he's actually AFK. He's just sitting there pointing his gun at the hill, not doing anything in his ISU. Another downside of the test server is you get a lot of people that just go into the games and then think, oh, I can't be arsed, and don't bother with it. And again, still got the red line, even though I snapped a shot there and it missed by quite a way. And again, snapped a shot. That was a bit closer, but I should have waited till it was fully aimed. So that's bad shots by me. And luckily our little French artillery just derps him in the face anyway, so I didn't have to worry about that too much. So I decided to go up to this hill, get a better vantage point, a better firing position. Nothing's lit as yet. There we go, that's the Jag Tiger 88. I'm right on the edge of the hill and I can't even shoot over the valley. Which I'd have to say the advantages of this particular artillery piece being its rate of fire, its accuracy and its speed, its small size and probably good camo rating are all completely overshadowed by its just lack of range and lack of damage. Having a tier 6 artillery where you have to get within 500 metres of the target is, in my view, very, very underpowered and just borderline ridiculous. Not really looking forward to grinding this out. I'm trying to run away from that IS-6. Can't quite make it. So that was that. And that sad little affair was the best game in about 10 attempts that I've had of trying to get a decent game with this little tank. Combinations of teams not knowing what they're doing, going into a battle and there's 8 tanks on each side and 7 of them are all the same artillery, just things like that. It's just been a torrid time I've had trying to get a good game. So I picked the best one of the bunch, which isn't brilliant, and put that up. But hopefully that gives you an idea of what it's like, the advantages of it, the failings of it, and let's go and we'll take a look at the results from that one. Right, so here we are looking at the results for that one. Not a particularly great game, and I'd have to admit I'm not really thinking it's a particularly great artillery. So we got 17,000 credits for a defeat, 355 XP, yeah, that's pretty average. Look at the damage, 982, well, I still did more damage than the SU-8, so that's one positive to take from that. You didn't do any damage at all. And fired 18 shots, hit 5, did splash damage with 10. Now that really just goes to show the poor damage that this does for a tier 6. It's all down to that gun. 450 average damage for a tier 6, which is pretty weak. If we compare it to, where's a tier 6? The SU8, 910, so that's double the damage. The Hummel, that's about 950, yep, 950, more than double the damage. And the M12, that's going to be more than double the damage as well. Oh, not the M12, sorry, it's the M44 now. Keep forgetting that. 700 damage. Well, yeah, so it's still the lowest, still the weakest damage. Oh, forgot to check the Frenchies. Frenchy. There we go. 950, yeah. So it may be a tier 6 vehicle, and as far goes as the speed and the size, but there's no way does that gun qualify as a tier 6. I mean, you saw in that replay the poor range, very poor range, and you have to put yourself at great risk to be getting shots. And yes, it's quick, but personally I don't think that makes up for it, and I'm not looking forward to grinding through that to get to the tier 7, which will be a lot of XP. Let's just check. So it's 64,500 research points. Doesn't sound a lot, but I think in that vehicle it's going to be a lot, just because of the low damage you do. So yeah, not looking forward to it. But anyway, that's just my opinion, and I hope you enjoyed the replay. And I'll go away now and get another one up for you. Thanks for watching.